Today I'm going to explain the movie, A Dog Purpose, released in the year 2017. The movie begins by showing the year 1950, where we see some newly born puppies. Here we hear the voice of one of those puppies. That puppy says that I can't feel anything right now, because my eyes are not open yet, and I don't know what is life, and what is its importance. It is a German Shepherd breed puppy, who after growing up is having fun here, with his brothers. All of them are street dogs. One day some animal control officers come here, who take away all the puppies present here, and then after a few days, all those puppies are killed. Here we hear that puppy's voice again. He says, that I don't know what wrong I did that I was killed, but my life in this life was very short. After this, that puppy is born on a farm, where some people come to adopt puppies, but after seeing him they leave his cage open by mistake. After which that puppy gets out of here. That puppy comes out to a place where there is a lot of garbage. He was very fond of playing in this garbage. But then by mistake he gets imprisoned inside a box. He tries hard to get out of it, but he can't get out. Only then two people come here to pick up the garbage, who take out that puppy and keep it in their car, because they wanted to earn money by selling it. They both park their car at a place, and go inside a shop. That puppy is imprisoned in his car. He says that I am very thirsty, due to which his condition was getting worse here. After this, we see here a boy named Ethan, who was going home with his mom. When Ethan looks inside the car, then inside he sees that puppy who is very thirsty. He asks his mom to take him out, after which, his mom breaks the glass of the car and takes the puppy out, and brings him to her house with her. Coming home, when that puppy's eyes open, he sees a child in front of him who was playing with him. That puppy says that I have decided, that now I will be with these people only. Ethan also wanted to keep him with him, so he asks permission for his father. Ethan's father does not avoid his son, and he gives permission to that puppy to stay in the house. Ethan names the puppy Bailey. Very soon that puppy understands that my name is Bailey, and the one who raised me is named Ethan. These two are very happy with each other, but even today Bailey does not know the purpose of his life, and he does not know why he has come in this world. One day, Ethan brings Bailey to his grandfather's farmhouse, where Bailey gets a ball, with which both of them play a lot. Ethan bends down after throwing the ball, and Bailey jumps over it to catch the ball. This is a favorite game of both of them, which they used to play every time. Ethan here also calls Bailey his boss dog. Slowly time passes and Ethan grows up now. Ethan is in a football team of his school, and he is a very good football player. When Ethan comes back home from school, we see his father here, who was constantly failing at his job, due to which he had started drinking too. One day Ethan takes Bailey to visit a fair, where they meet a girl named Hannah. After talking for a while, Hannah and Ethan become very good friends, and gradually their friendship turns into love. Ethan, Hannah, and Bailey all three used to spend most of their time with each other, and have a lot of fun too. At night, when Ethan comes back to his house, he finds his father fighting with his mother. Seeing this, Ethan gets very angry, because his father used to do this every day after getting drunk. So Ethan tells his dad to leave from here, and says that now we can take care of ourselves. Ethan's father leaves home forever, and now Ethan is the head of the household. Ethan plays very well in the football competition being held in the school, due to which, he gets a full scholarship of 4 years from the school. But because of this, Ethan's classmate named Todd becomes very jealous of him, so he starts saying bad things about Ethan's father and his girlfriend. Hearing this, Ethan gets very angry so he punches him. At night, when Ethan was sleeping at his house, Todd comes here, and sets fire to Ethan's house to take his revenge. Seeing the fire, everyone panics. Ethan couldn't get out through the door with his mom and Bailey, so Ethan first breaks the window glass, and then, he lowers his mom down with the help of a rope. While taking Bailey down, that rope is missed, so to save himself, Ethan now has to jump from top to bottom, due to which his leg bone is broken. Ethan is quickly taken to the hospital. We see Todd here, who was secretly watching all this. Then Bailey comes here and starts barking at him, because he knew that Todd set the house on fire. Here the officers come and they arrest Todd. Now after a few days, Ethan comes back from the hospital to his grandparents' house. His leg was broken, due to which he can never play football anymore. The scholarship that Ethan was going to get from the school is also cancelled. Hannah comes to his house to meet Ethan, after which Ethan breaks up with her. He says that maybe our journey was till this end. Actually, Ethan did not want to be a burden in anyone's life. From here the paths of Ethan and Hannah are separated forever. After this, Ethan goes to agriculture school from here, so that he can take care of his grandfather's farm. Bailey now lives with Ethan's grandfather. He is all grown up now. Bailey can no longer run or jump like he used to. He is very sick, and his eyes were now looking only for Ethan. Ethan comes to say goodbye to Bailey for the last time, after which Bailey's life ends here. In the early 1980s, Bailey is born again as a dog, this time as a female German Shepherd breed. Bailey remembers his past life even in this birth. He searches for his friend Ethan all around, but Ethan is nowhere to be seen. He is a military dog, whose job is to find bombs and save people's lives. His trainer is very serious, but with the passage of time, a very good bonding is formed between the two. Bailey's name in this birth is Ely. One day a kidnapper is kidnapping a girl and taking her away, so Ely along with his master is following her to save her. Kidnapper throws the girl into the water and runs away, after which Ely jumps into the water and saves girl's life. On the other hand, officer is looking for kidnapper. We see that kidnapper is about to shoot officer. That's when Ely comes here, who attacks kidnapper to save her master's life. She starts biting into kidnapper's hand, which causes kidnapper to shoot at her. Kidnapper is arrested. Ely was shot, so she takes her last breath in her master's lap. Before dying, Ely says that she did not have much fun in this life, but she did some good deeds and saved her master's life. After this life of Ely also ends. But in the year 1985, Ely is born again as a dog, who is adopted by a college student named Maya, and she names him Tino. There is a lot of loneliness in Maya's life, so Tino wanted to bring happiness in her life. Both of them loved each other a lot. Maya always used to know Tino's mind, but due to eating more favorite food, Tino's weight increases a lot, and he is brought to the doctor. Doctor says that you have to make your dog running, so Maya used to bring him to the park every morning to run. She throws a ball and asks him to bring Tino, but Tino doesn't even want to walk, let alone run. But the next moment everything changes. Tino sees a female dog Roxy here. Roxy used to catch the ball in a very different way. Tino also picks up a ball and goes to Roxy's owner and puts the ball in front of him. Roxy's owner's name is Al, who happens to be Maya's classmate. Because of Tino and Roxy, they both get into a relationship, and after a few days, Maya and Al get married. They have 3 children. Tino and Roxy also live with them in their house. One day Roxy is taken inside the car and taken somewhere, after which, Roxy never returns, which means, she was dead now. Tino is very sad due to Roxy's death. Time passes and now Tino also becomes very old. Before dying, Tino says that out of all the births he has taken till date, this birth was very good, because he had all kinds of happiness in this life. After this, Bailey, means Tino's eyes are closed here forever, but the journey of his life does not end here. In the year 2014, Bailey is born again as a dog, and this time his breed is Australian Shepherd. He is adopted by a girl named Wendy. She names him Waffle. But Wendy's husband doesn't like Waffle at all, so he says that there is no need to bring that dog into the house, which means that Waffle will have to stay here outside house. Many years pass, and Waffle has to live outside the house. One day, Wendy's husband takes Waffle in a car, and leaves him in a distant forest. Waffle was also bored of his life, so he does not go back there. Waffle moves forward in his life. One day he reaches near a farm. Upon reaching here, he realizes that as he has been to this place before, Waffle remembers here that he used to live in this farm with Ethan in his previous life. He starts looking for Ethan here. Then he sees Ethan in front of him, who was now old. He runs to him and starts licking and loving him. He says that finally I have found you, although Ethan does not recognize him. But Bailey, whose name in this birth is Waffle, recognizes his friend Ethan. Ethan gives her food, and says you have to go back to your house. But Bailey, whose name is Waffle, says that this is his house. But Ethan leaves him outside and closes the door. But Bailey won't budge, so the next morning, Ethan arrives to drop him off at a dog farm, so someone can adopt him. But Ethan can't stop himself, so the next day, he himself goes back to the dog farm, and brings Bailey back to his home, means that now he himself had adopted Bailey. Bailey sees that Ethan is all alone in his life, so he wanted to remove loneliness from Ethan's life by any means. Actually, after breaking up with Henna, Ethan did not marry himself. One day Bailey leaves the house, and comes near a house. This house belongs to Henna. He sees Henna and goes to her. Henna sees a bracelet around his neck, with his name Buddy written on it. Actually Ethan has named him Buddy. On the other side of the batch, Ethan's name was written on, which Henna is quite surprised to see. Henna comes to Ethan's farmhouse with Buddy. Ethan and Henna are very happy to see each other here. Henna tells that her husband has died. Ethan also apologizes to her. He says that I had removed you from my life, so you forgive me. Henna says that this thing has become very old. Ethan asks her on a date, and the two reunite. After a few days they get married. Although, Bailey recognizes Ethan, but Ethan does not and does not know that he is his old dog Bailey. Bailey wanted Ethan to recognize him too, so one day he brings the same ball to Ethan with, which he used to play with Ethan in his childhood with that ball in his second birth. Ethan throws the ball in front of him, but he doesn't pick up the ball, because Bailey wanted Ethan to play with him the same way he used to play in his second life. After this, Ethan throws the ball by bouncing it up and then bends down, after which Bailey jumps over it and catches the ball. Seeing this, Ethan is completely shocked, because only he and his dog Bailey knew about this game. Ethan calls him Boss Dog like he used to call his dog Bailey. As soon as he says Boss Dog, Bailey starts barking. When he says Boss Dog then he barks. Ethan understands here that this dog is none other than his dog Bailey, who has taken his second birth. In the last of the movie, Bailey tells that now I have understood the purpose of my life. We should always be happy, and whenever we get a chance, we must help others. Whatever happened in our past, we should not regret or worry about the future, We should think about ourselves as well as others, and most importantly we should love people. We should live in the moment in which we are present, that is, in the present time. This is the purpose of my and every dog's life.